Well, good evening, all my little bunny buns. Dave's here with the night, feeling rather, well, I'm feeling pretty relaxed and happy. There, I was a little off camera. I fixed it. So, recording this on Monday, and I will be uploading it on Wednesday for Wednesday upload. But it's about this last weekend. I want to give you, well, I had a minor adventure, a planned adventure though, mind you, so it's not big a deal. Except I can't be in camera right. My face is off. Good enough. Anyway, before we get into this fun, we'll start off with, please don't forget both my Patreon link and my Ko-fi link are in the description box below. They're both great ways to support me and my channel and help me make better videos for you, my awesome public. So, I'm not normal. If you haven't figured that out by now, welcome. Hi. Welcome to I'm not normal in a lot of ways. One thing I definitely don't do that doesn't comply with what normal people do is I don't get to see my parents for Christmas on Christmas. It's not because I would choose to not do so specifically. If I had the free time and was able to travel on Christmas, I have done so in the past. But it's a rarity that I get those particular days off. Especially since usually the last week of the calendar year I officially get paid for in the next year, which therefore means all the PTO I spend on that week, which is usually the days after Christmas, counts towards the next year's time off. And I hate going in and starting the game with a negative just to try and comply with being on a holiday specifically. I'd rather celebrate it on my terms. And if it happens midweek, it's like, there's no way. I'm not going to take off 2 days at the end of the year, which are going to count towards the following year, and to get the 2 days in the middle off. It's a long way of saying I see my parents later. So, as the usual plan goes, we aim for sometime a weekend early in January, and sometimes depending on whether or not there was a snowstorm or something went wrong, the date can sometimes get pushed back. It's made it all the way to March before, but I do my best. This year, we did succeed, and our situation had changed just a little bit than some previous years because, well, my sister moved into the area. We live, I live specifically, 5-ish hours from my parents, maybe a little more depending on traffic and construction. And for as far as you're going, you're bound to have hit construction somewhere in 5.5-ish hours. That's just common logic. My sister, however, lives 20 to 30 minutes the wrong direction. That one definitely depending on traffic, especially the parts I have to go through to get to her. So this year, since I now had sister in the same situation as me, I decided it would probably be helpful to take her with me to visit the parents. This way she doesn't have to worry about paying for gas. She gets to spend time with the parents as well, which she really misses. So it all worked out for everybody. And because I have a car that can haul things, 2010 Dodge Caliber, and we only have 2 butts in the car, that means the 2 back seats fold down, and it basically has a mid-size SUV's body on a car frame. So I just don't have like mud gripper ultra tire runs and a truck engine. but I still have the same storage space as the same style of SUV. Uh, Probably a Dodge Durango or something like that. I don't know. I never looked into it. I didn't care. All I care is I have a car that drives really nice and has a lot of storage space. So I was going to help her by letting her bring home a carload of stuff from our parents' house, which she has way, way, way more than a carload worth. They were happy with that. So our adventure started on Friday. I got off work at 6. So that means I worked my whole shift from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. with an unpaid lunch hour in the middle there. 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. with an unpaid lunch hour in the middle. I got up at 8. That's how my day started. Worked my whole shift and then went and picked her. I left the house by 6:05, so I was off work and wheels on the road in 5 minutes. 5 minutes. But due to circumstances, I had to go pick her up. She couldn't be dropped off here, which would have made my life a whole lot easier. In the long run, would have saved me an hour of driving total on Friday. So that happened. I'm going to ask for next time we do this that she gets to be dropped off here, no matter how what's going on, because that'll this adds up really quickly. The amount of time I've spent driving by the time we're done with this whole mess. So I've left my house at 6:05. I go to pick her up. We load her into the car, and we head back the correct direction towards parents, which involves going from Fort Wayne to Apollo, Pennsylvania. If anyone else out there knows where Apollo, Pennsylvania is, good for you. Most people don't even know it exists. You get a bonus point. Anyway, so we live just on the border of Indiana, so it's not that long. We have picked her up, drove the 25-ish minutes back towards the starting point. And yes, it really did take over an hour extra from going from here to there and then back again. So I'm already mentally off schedule. I did pick up some drive-through to eat on the way there. This was a good idea. Arby's was actually fast and easy to deal with in the car. There was only a little bit of bad weather between here and there this time. About halfway through Ohio, we hit a bit of snow. Well, it's kind of flecking on us much of the way, but it got a little bit thicker, and people were driving really slow for no reason. This is Route 30 in Ohio. It's flat and straight. Just go. If you hit ice, you're probably going to keep going straight. Your momentum is keeping you going the way you're supposed to go. Congratulations. But that also got my car a nice salt bath. Thank you, Ohio. I needed that salt bath on my car. She's just anxious for that. We'll need to wash that off later. But everything happening. One minor construction, which made me end up on the Ohio Turnpike at a place I wasn't expecting, adding a little bit more to the drive, and well, we had to get. This is the first time I have ever had my car have the idiot light come on. And because I got on the Ohio Turnpike not where I was expecting, I wasn't sure how far it was to the next rest stop. And it came on just after we passed an exit, meaning I had no escape. No idea when the next rest stop was. And I'm on the Ohio Turnpike with the yellow idiot light on. For anyone that doesn't know what the idiot light is, it's a you didn't get gas light and your low light. So yeah, first time I ever got to see that. Because we generally, when we hit a quarter, we start looking for a gas station. Uh, if we get it down to an eighth, that's longer than we wanted to go. But thankfully, we did run into one of the Ohio rest stops. Plenty of time. I still had about 2 gallons of gas as far as I know from where it stopped filling. So good. It wasn't empty. I had like 60 miles left on the car. No problems. Now, I woke up at 8:10 a.m., as in one snooze button from when the alarm first goes off. We end up at our parents' house at around 1 a.m. I have been up for a lot of hours, and my thought was we were going to get there really late and then just go to sleep and deal with the having socialization in the morning. That wasn't the plan. Oh no. The plan was apparently we were going to open presents then. I am running on mental fumes. I worked and then I drove for 7 hours. It was well after 1 when we got there. So I worked for 8 hours. I drove for 7 hours. And now we're going to do things. Presents went over fine. I loved what my parents got me. My parents loved what we got them. Nancy was happy. She also got the stuff she liked, etc., etc. Presenting went great. It was Crimmis. It was wonderful. We are all happy with life. Uh, and because my parents don't have their house set up for, um, you know, a herd of overnight guests, even though they have a very, very large house, very much full of stuff, um, much of which is my sister's. So more bonus points there. They have dad has a bed. Mom sleeps on a recliner due to I don't remember if it's a breathing issue or a heart issue or some reason. My mother sleeps in a chair, and that's better for her. But in Mom's room, she also has a bed. Um, I think part of the reason they sleep in different rooms is, well, she's not sleeping in the bed with Dad anyway, and her oxygen thing makes noise. But they do have a bed in that room. So my sister slept in the bed in Mom's room, so the two of them shared space. Uh, I was given the option that Dad could sleep on the recliner downstairs and I could have his bed, but I'm not going to go to my parents' house and kick my dad out of his bed. That just does not feel fun. So I took the recliner. I was okay with this. It's a brand new recliner, and my parents are short. I realized at about 3:30 in the morning when it was finally everyone was going to bed, 3:30 in the morning, I woke up at 8:10 is when I got out of bed. It's now 3:30 a.m. and I'm now laying down to sleep on a recliner made for a short person. That is very, very hard. Personally, with a recliner, I like a big cushy one, big fluffy cushion, big poofy cushions. Those are my favorite. Those are super comfy to, you know, watch TV and take a nap in. This was not like that. Also, I am built like a linebacker, so I have wide hips, wide shoulders, and I normally sleep on my side to get to sleep at least, and that was an adventure getting up onto my side to try and sleep. I can't be sure how much actual time I spent asleep, but I'm betting it was well under the 2-hour mark. People were already downstairs by about, I know, at 10 a.m. for sure. I had completely given up the ghost, and I was out of the chair. I don't know how much of that time I spent asleep. From how I felt, and for how much I remember of most of the night, I spent most of it awake in a chair. I made some breakfast for most of us, fried eggs, because I'm a nice person and I do stuff like that. And about 2:30ish, we thankfully hit the road. That was after we had, during that time up to 2:30, my sister had gone through some boxes, picked the ones that she wanted to try and load into the car, and I did manage to get a nice full carload of my stuff first. Like my one little bit of presents and things made it in the car. Her presents and things made it in the car. And then the rest of it was space for stuff she was bringing back. My parents were ecstatic that she got more stuff out of the house. She was ecstatic she got more stuff to her place here in Fort Wayne. And, well, everybody's happy. 2:30ish p.m. we are leaving their house. And that's okay, that's fine, that's fine. We're stopping at Eaton Park to eat some lunch, dinner, whatever you want to call it. We end up there about 3 o'clock. And for anybody that's eaten Eaton Park before, you know what you're expecting. And it's something we all do actually legit like, so it was a good dinner. I had the turkey dinner, which was on currently the special menu right now, and it was actually pretty decent. I was really happy. Our waiter even hooked us up. My sister and I both got a cup of chili as one of our 2 sides. He liked us. He brought us out bowls of chili for no extra charge. We love you, dude. You are the best. Because it was actually decent chili, too. It was a good day for them. So, that got all finished. I'm not exactly sure when this was. But my sister also needed to stop at a Pennsylvania Walmart to pick up some special flavored cheesy poofs that you can't buy in Indiana, but Pennsylvania does stock them. So we got to the Walmart. It was only a few minutes drive from the Eden Park, so not like I had to drive across, half a state to get a Walmart that's going to satisfy this, because we were not doing that. No. It was only like 5 minutes down the road. It didn't add much to our situation. We went in, bought all 5 bags. There, five bags of these jalapeno popper cheesy poofs. This Walmart had $3 a bag, pretty good enough deal. We were happy. We had plenty of space in the car for them, no problem. And we hit the road, going towards 28 to hit the turnpike to get back towards home. Without any real incident at all, we make it on the turnpike. And we make it all the way to the Ohio Greeting Station, which is where I like to fill up the car with gas, because my rule of thumb is if I fill up there on the way to the parents' house, I know I have enough gas to get me back there. And I know I have enough gas from there to get me home. I also do not consider the fact that get me home included, again, a 25-minute drive up towards my sister's place, and then that same 25-minute drive back. We'll get to that part when we get to it. I got a coffee when I was there because it started to hit me. Stupid, you didn't really sleep last night. and you're driving a car again and it's late, this is not necessarily good math. So I got a good cup of coffee, a large cold brew something or other, and that went down nice and quick. No arguments, no problems. We're good. And I start my trek off the rest of the way through the Ohio Turnpike, heading towards 76 South. We're doing okay. Everything is fine. I'm much of the way on 76 South, and all of a sudden, that couple hours of sleep, even with the extra coffee, has started to wear out. And I'm like, okay, we are taking unscheduled pee break at the first rest stop we see, either somewhere here on 76 or the first one on 71, which is the next road we have to hit. Let me tell you, that was the hardest and longest run on that part of 76 I think I ever did, because I was doing my best to not stupid this out. Did make it to the rest stop. We got out. I parked the car. We got out. I'm pretty sure getting up and walking and going taking the pee was enough to keep me, decent. But I knew, don't play it not safe. I got a rest stop cost bottle of 20-ounce bottle of soda. I normally drink diet, but I was really not in the mood for just a Diet Coke or Pepsi, which were both available at $2.25 a little bottle. Grumble, grumble. I didn't really want to get instant machine coffee because I was like, this is not going to make me happy. So they did have cherry Dr. Pepper. It was regular, not diet. And I was like, you know what, that's bound to be good enough. And lo and behold, it was pretty tasty. So, Diet Dr. Pepper is better. Cherry Dr. Pepper is better than plain. So, we'll call that enough of a win. I enjoyed that Dr. Pepper on the rest of the way home. Didn't have too much of an incident whatsoever. No traffic, no weird stuff, no more sleepiness. Got to my sister's place, and it was 11:34 when I pulled in front of her home. Yeah, we'd left my parents' house at 2:30. We ended up at her place 11:30. That is 9 hours for the point when we'd left their house that I have now ended up where I've parked the car, and my adventure's not over yet. Fortunately, I can park right in front of her house. She has a nice big front porchy decky thing on this place, and it's only 4 steps up. Quickly unloaded the vehicle. Most everything was in large boxes anyway. It was easy to pick it up, put it on the porch, and I'm out of the game. I'm good there. 1:45, I am now turning around from her place to head back home. So, this magical journey ends at, in the end, almost 20 after midnight, Sunday morning. I still have not realized how much the lack of sleep has hit me. I just know I am now that I'm home, my body has realized you are kind of tired, but you're not ready to sleep because you finally got to your place. I give Autumn the presents my parents sent home for him. He opens them. It's awesome. He's happy. I show him everything that we got for us, and he's happy. Everything's great. We have enjoyed presents. Life is good. And I sit down, and I'm at my computer, Just trying to relax a little bit, get myself wound down from all of the driving. Uh, and this is when it hit me like a ton of bricks. I have never been up with enough sleep by this level ever, as far as I know. I I became effectively an emotional wreck, and I realized exactly why. It was not exactly a hidden reason here. I knew I was just exhausted, and uh, I had gone into VR chat desktop mode. I don't have VR headset, and I saw one of my friends was logged on. I asked her for an invite. She said not tonight, and I shouldn't feel bad. She got a life too. She was busy doing something. But I almost broke into tears because I was so anxious to talk to someone and they didn't have time for me. Like, and I don't blame her wholeheartedly. I'm not going to name her name or anything. And if she does watch this, I am sorry. I don't mean to put you involved in this, but it is like the tail end of the story. Uh, and it was at that point I realized, stupid. It's now 1 a.m. You you have mostly been up since 8:10 a.m. Friday morning. Uh, you had a couple hours of almost nap on a uncomfortable recliner. You need to get to bed. So I was like, okay, okay. Turned off all my monitors. Went and said goodnight to Autumn, and I went up to bed. Just after I got into bed, around 11 a.m. I got out of bed. There was no getting up in the middle of the night to pee. There was no breaks in this process. I slept for about 10 hours, which is really not my normal. And I was like, I think I got enough rest. So that was the adventure. Um, Nothing bad happened with my parents. Nothing bad happened with my sister. We were able to talk happily and pleasantly with each other for both trips to and fro. Never even needed the radio for a second. Uh, oh, yeah, the gas. I should get back to that before I forget. Normally, we'd not have been this low when I finally made it to home, but I was at an eighth of a tank of gas the moment I got home. I could have stopped and filled up right before I got home, but I was like, look, the gas station is literally right around the corner from us. If I'm desperate, it's there. Uh, and Sunday, because a certain trans flag colored Pokemon was available at Build-A-Bear in our local mall, and I knew it was there. I drove on said eighth of a tank of gas to the mall, and on the way back from the mall, it was only like 5 to 10 minutes to the mall, so it's not like this was a million-year journey. Uh, the idiot light got to come on again, but I was successfully able to stop at the gas station I wanted to on the way home on my side of the road, filled up the car, and it made unsafe. Yay! And while I was at the mall, I picked up another pack of BattleTech Little Mans. Specifically, a pack was, and they hadn't been giving me much stock at the bookstore, Barnes and Noble, or is it whatever when one still exists that we have on our mall. And they usually would just have some of the starter sets from BattleTech, and that's it. And maybe their exclusive pack of Mans, which I bought already. But today they had just two packs. One of which is one of the ones I just got myself with some of my Crimmis monies. The other one was on my list to buy when I spent the Crimmis monies, but it was sold out completely on Amazon. They had it in stock, for $19.99, which was even less than what was on Amazon. I picked that little thing up and I was ecstatic because it had several mans that I really wanted, including a Marauder. So I was really happy. So a Marauder, a Stinger, and an Archer, and a Valkyrie. They're really good. They're already on the shelf behind. Well, they're on the next shelf over. You can't see them. You can see the X-Wing Mans. They're on the shelf that way with all of their brethren. Yeah. But that was my finally Christmas journey. I hope you all enjoyed. And I hope you all got to see all of your family around the holidays or whatever, if they're available and if you're available. And I hope everyone had a good winter holiday, whatever you feel like calling it. I called it Crimmis around my parents. They didn't seem to have a problem with that. Anyway, thank you all for spending some time with this bunner. I really appreciate you listening to me babble on about what's going on in my life. This video should be up on Wednesday night, right before I start my Twitch stream. So if you're seeing this, you may want to check out my Twitch stream. I will be playing Borderlands 2 in Mewtwo. Continuing on with the character I started last week. Don't forget both my Patreon link and my Ko-fi link are in the description box below, both of which are great ways to support me and my channel and help me make better videos for you, my bunnerific public. At the moment, I'm going to go get myself some caffeine because I'm a little tired and it's nowhere near bedtime. And you all, be good to each other. Stay fluffy, and Daisy appreciates each and every one of you and hopes you stay happy and healthy this year. Like, comment, subscribe, dingly bell. Both Patreon link and Ko-fi link are in the description box below. Both of which help me make great stuff for all of you. And I think I said everything. And because there's not enough caffeine in my head right now, so I'm forgetting things. Hey, guys. See you again real soon, little bunners. Bye.